So I just rewatched Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman 3, and I just rewatched Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal, and I'm convinced. I've convinced myself. I've done the research. Whenever I make a video like this, I'm 2-1 when I make my bold predictions. And that one I got wrong. I'm not gonna lie, that one was betting with my heart a little bit. Like, I think deep down I knew Islam Makhachev was going to be a tough ask for Alexander Volkanovski on short notice, but still, I did pick Volk there. But I did say I didn't think the wrestling would be the problem in that fight, and he did stuff takedowns, but he did obviously get caught there, so that was my mistake. But I'm not here to save face or anything for my other bold picks. I got Sean O'Malley beating Aljamain Sterling correctly. And I got Alex Pereira making it look relatively easy against Yuri Prohaska. And now I'm making another bold prediction. I'm picking Colby Covington to beat Leon Edwards. I know people are going to be like, what do you mean? Colby only beats up old men. That is true. He does. A lot of his wins are all against old men. His youngest wins are like Max Griffin and like Jason Jackson, like fucking years ago. But I think he can get this one done against Leon Edwards. I watched the tape. Leon Edwards can be broken. I know people are going to say, well, he came back. He KO'd Usman in that second fight, but he was mentally broken in that fight. He really had given up before he got that kick. You can say what you want. You could tell he was a broken man in there. And I know people say, well, Kamaru Usman is like a better version of Colby. They're nothing alike. They're really not anything alike. Kamaru Usman is a power puncher wrestler. Colby Covington is a volume puncher who chain wrestles a lot more than Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman's knees are shot. I know he looked alright against Hamza Chimaev on short notice. His knees are very shot. He's a lot slower than Colby. Colby is a lot more quicker. He fights at a higher pace, I would argue. He's a lot higher pace in his fights. His takedowns, he shoots a lot more takedowns. He's quicker with his transitions. He threatens submissions a lot more. I see Colby Covington getting this fight done. So this is how I sort of see the fight playing out, like the individual rounds. I'm not going to be a crazy and go, Colby Covington's going to get a first round KO over Leon Edwards. No, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not going that fucking bold, all right? There is logic behind my prediction here. I'm not just blindly picking Colby Covington. I've watched proper tape for this. I've seen the tape I need to see. I've watched their last fights. I know people act like Leon Edwards had a flawless performance against Kamaru Usman in that third fight. It was really fucking close, and you could argue it was a draw because Kamaru Usman could have got a 10-8 in that third round, I believe, because Leon Edwards did get a point reducted, and you could have given that round to Usman. You could have given the second round. I think best case for Kamaru Usman is a draw in that fight. Like, I'm not going to argue that Usman won that fight, but best case is a draw. And Leon was still getting taken down in that fight, and while Usman does have good takedowns, he's not the same fighter. I know he looks better against Hamza Chimaev. He's still not he's not the same guy that went out there and ragdolled Tyron Woodley. He's not the guy who went out there and completely dumped him on his head and all that sort of stuff. He developed more into a boxer, and the fact that he's wrestling with his fucked up knees was good enough to get Leon down does show that Leon Edwards, while having good get-ups, his takedown defense still isn't the greatest. I know he stuffed quite a few of takedowns, but they were really lousy shots from Kamaru Usman. Like, I can see it. I'm picturing this being very similar to the Jorge versus Colby fight. I know Jorge was washed in that fight, don't get me wrong, but even a washed version of Jorge, I would argue, is still a better anti-grappler than Leon Edwards. I know that's going to sound crazy. This is really going to sound like I'm really just hating on Leon Edwards, but trust me, I'm not. This isn't because I dislike Leon Edwards or anything like that. That's not why I'm making this prediction. I just think people are really going with the whole dynamic that, well, Colby lost to Usman and Leon beat Colby, Leon beat Usman, so that means that he easily beats Colby. Usman's just a better version of Colby. It doesn't work that way. They're not the same. Their styles and everything is completely different. On a technical scale, on technique based, not just strength, just on a technical scale, Colby is a better wrestler than Usman. Is Usman stronger? Yes. Yes, he is stronger. You can tell. Just look at the fucking guy. Is he more powerful? Yes. Yes, he is. But Colby on the feet, not powerful, but more dynamic, has more of a striking arsenal. And no, I'm not saying that he's going to go out there and outstrike Leon Edwards, but I mean with his striking arsenal being a bit more diverse, he can throw Leon Edwards off a bit more, get a few more shots going, be able to sneak in takedowns a bit more. I really think Colby Covington is going to get this one done. The prophecy has to be fulfilled. Sean O'Malley won. He beat Aljamain Sterling. Sean Strickland beat Israel Adesanya. Now it's Colby's turn. The fucking prophecy has to be fulfilled. And this really is a good matchup stylistically for Colby Covington. I know he's been out for a while, so maybe he's just going to come back a complete different fighter. But I don't think he will. I think he's going to come back, and I think he's going to look really good. I was not picking Colby Covington when this fight first got announced. Don't get me wrong. I was really thinking Leon was going to go out there and smash him, beat the shit out of him. But I watched all the tape. All the tape I needed to see. Colby is going to win this fight, and people are going to cry. It's probably not going to be entertaining. I just see him getting down Leon, going for neck cranks, being able to transition into top positions. Like, it might be a rocky first round, no pun intended, for Colby Covington. Leon might be able to, be competitive in that first round, but he's not going to be able to defend and defend. He's going to get broken. I think Colby's going to really just keep going in for them takedowns, and this is going to be different to the Usman fight. He's going to keep being pressured, and then he's just going to be like, oh, when's this guy going to fuck off? And Colby fights at a higher pace, in my opinion, than Kamaru Usman. He can keep shooting and shooting, unlike Usman. Don't get me wrong, I know Usman has beat Colby twice, and he is more powerful, but I think his cardio is better. I think he's got better pace. I think he shoots more takedowns. I think his wrestling technique is better. His sprawls are a lot better. I think if Leon shoots on Colby, I think Colby can just sprawl him and maybe reverse into like a top position. Like, I really do like this fight so much for Colby, man. Like, dude, look at it this way. People are going to act like Leon Edwards is some crazy finisher. He didn't wash Nate Diaz. He didn't even wash Nate Diaz down. He's only finished Kamaru Usman with 40 seconds to go with a head kick. Outside of that, he doesn't finish anybody. Colby Covington is more durable than Kamaru Usman. I'm not saying he'd be able to eat a flush head kick or anything crazy like that, but he is a more durable fighter. I know he's been knocked down, but come on, you can just sort of tell he has a better chin than Kamaru Usman. He's taking some real big shots. He gets knocked down, but he recovers well. He has a better chin. He's more durable. So even if Leon Edwards gets some big shots on him, I don't think he's going to go out there and KO Colby Covington. I think Colby Covington's going to stay in his face, maybe have some success on the feet, more than people think. I don't think he's going to go out there and knock him out. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to argue that. Colby does have pillow hands. I do think he does punch a bit harder than people think. Like, this guy did rock Kamaru Usman in their fights, but also just speaks to Kamaru Usman's chin not being the greatest in general. But I think he can actually maybe hurt Leon Edwards a little bit. Leon Edwards isn't the most durable guy himself. I don't think he's going to go out there and knock him down or knock him out, but I think we could see him buzz him against the fence. He's throwing some pitter-patter pillow punches at Leon Edwards, then shoots in, just dumps him, sort of like how Volkanovski did to Yair Rodriguez when he had him hurt. I can just see him dumping him, beginning of the round. Leon Edwards' tank is just going out. Colby's on top of him, just punching at his body over and over again, just depleting the gas tank. Leon Edwards is getting taken down easier and easier. And I could just see Colby Covington dominating this fight. I know it's not the hot pick. It's not the pick most people are going to be making. I know, Colby is a decent underdog, I'm pretty sure, in this fight. But styles make fights, Usman isn't that same wrestler anymore that beat Leon in the first fight either. He changed his style because of his knees. He became more of just a boxer who can, stuff takedowns and shoot the occasional takedown. but he didn't use that style of fighting until, like, he didn't use that style of fighting for ages until he fought Leon. Because he took Leon down with ease. I can just see Colby doing this. And also another factor you got to take into this. If Colby keeps shooting on Leon against the fence, Leon is going to grab the cage. It's a habit that Leon has. He got a point taken. You could honestly see another point being taken in this fight. I know that's a weird thing to base into my prediction, but he does grab the fence a lot when people shoot on him. I can just see this happening over and over again. Colby is going to get a point reduction. Like, Leon's going to get a point taken from him. So that's going to be a 10-8 for Colby. Colby's going to dominate as well, keep dominating the rounds. And I think it's going to be a lopsided decision win for Colby Covington. I could be wrong here, don't get me wrong. This isn't set in stone. I know it's a hot take, but I do think Colby Covington is going to get this fight done. I think the prophecy will be fulfilled. I think we're going to have a Strickland, O'Malley, and Covington title reigns all at the same time. And yeah, don't be surprised. One thing Colby does do well, he throws a lot of body kicks. He's going to keep hitting to that body of Leon Edwards. His tank is just going to keep getting depleted. I know people use the altitude to say that's why Leon looked bad in that second Usman fight, but I don't even think that is the exact reason why. Obviously, it did factor in a little bit, but I just think he looked better in that third fight because Kamaru Usman was a bit shook from being KO'd. He didn't look that great in the second fight. And I think Usman probably could have just done that again, but he was too worried about getting KO'd. You could tell every time he got hit, he was shocked. Like, he was worried that he wasn't going to be able to take shots the same. Colby's going to go in there knowing he can take shots from Leon Edwards. He's not going to be scared. He's not going to, back down or anything. He's just going to be in Leon Edwards' face and just going for takedown after takedown. So this is why I think Colby Covington's going to get this one done against Leon Edwards. I could be wrong. Like I say, I'm 2-1 on my hot predictions. But that one prediction, I did have a bit of bias in there. I'm not going to lie. I try not to be biased, but I did have bias. This one, no bias at all. I don't really care who wins this. But I think Colby is going to get this one done. So I am taking Colby Covington to win a lopsided decision here over Leon Edwards. I can just see him breaking him. And once that happens, man, I don't think he's going to get caught with a head kick or anything like that. He's going to be real smart. He's just going to stay on Leon Edwards. He'll clinch him against the fence if he has to. But I can just see him getting him down over and over again. His chain wrestling is just too much for a guy like Leon Edwards, I feel like. Leon Edwards, like I mentioned it before, his takedown defense isn't great. His get-ups are good, but he can just get taken over and over again. And if Colby gets you down once early, he's just going to keep getting you down. He's going to exhaust you. His cardio and his pace is just too good. I know he hasn't beat many young fighters recently, but he is still a really good fighter. And, Leon Edwards himself, he hasn't beat really any young guys either. He's beating older guys as well. Like, the welterweights at the top are just older. Like, he beat RDA after Colby did. He beat Nate Diaz, an older Nate Diaz, who couldn't even knock him down. Jake Paul knocked him down using boxing gloves. He got rocked by Nate Diaz. Not that that's going to factor in too much. I don't think Colby's going to go out there and rock him, but Colby Covington beat Brian Barberena way better than Leon Edwards did. He didn't get knocked down like Leon Edwards did, but yeah, obviously different stylistic matchups there. But I think Colby's going to get this one done. Maybe age will finally catch up to Colby. I think he is going to be like 35 by the time this fight happens. So I guess we'll see if age does factor in. But if this is the same Colby that fought Jorge Masvidal, I think he's going to get this one done all day. But yeah, that's why I got Colby Covington winning this fight. So let me know your thoughts on this matchup. Let me know how you got this fight going. Let me know who you're going for. But I think he's going to get it done, man. I think Colby Covington is going to win this fight against Leon Edwards, and I think it's going to be dominant. I think he's really going to shock some people here. Maybe even get to submission. I doubt it, though. I just think he's going to use the neck cranks to maybe get to top mount and just keep, pitter-pattering Leon Edwards on the ground, hitting his body, landing some shots on top. And yeah, that's how I got this fight going. I got Colby Covington getting this one done by dominant decision. I'm going to say 49-45. I think he's going to get a 10-8 round in there, but I do think he'll probably drop the first round. Leon Edwards is always pretty good in the first round. He took the first round against Usman in the second fight. Like, he's always solid in that first round, but I just think Colby's pace will eventually wear on him, and then the second, the third, the fourth, and fifth, he's just going to look worse and worse. So that's how I got this fight going. So thank you for watching. If you liked this video, if you agree with my prediction, or if you just liked hearing my explanation, if you made it this far, make sure you give this video a like, and yeah, leave your thoughts on this matchup in the comments below. And if you're not already, I wouldn't mind to subscribe. I make plenty of content, and I'm not basic with my predictions. I use thoughts. I use actual analytic works. I rewatch fights and everything to make these predictions. I'm not just saying this to say a hot take. This isn't just me going, ooh, what underdog can I pick here? I have reasoning for these picks, and yeah, I'm not just picking in the blind. I'm not just picking in the dark. I'm not being blind here and just randomly picking a name out of a box and saying, oh, I guess I'm going to pick Colby here. There's a reasoning for this, and yeah, I got Colby Covington getting this one done. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. So yeah, cheers. I appreciate it.